Now, Calvin Johnson did not quit, so I'm not saying he quit or anything like that. But what I'm saying is, do you get some sort of a pass a little bit when you're constantly losing and you're constantly in a situation where you're trying to dig yourself out of the ground? And remember, this is for Detroit fans. This is kind of like the second coming. Remember, Barry Sanders left, and he had a tad bit more success than Calvin Johnson, but he left. He didn't, and a lot of people felt that because the way the Lions, season went, and they didn't get, deep off into the playoffs, or they didn't make the playoffs, that played an effect. So does that give a player a pass? At times, Randy Moss was criticized for, taking plays off or not really wanting to play and all this stuff. So if you're in a situation where you're giving your all, because think about it, Calvin Johnson, he never cheated the game. He never cheated the game. He gave you everything he had. He did everything that was asked. He never asked to get out of Detroit. Never. And you got players that's like that. And it's just like, if you keep losing and you keep seeing that there is not a light at the end of the tunnel, I think it does a little bit to you. Especially if you're someone who was used to winning, and that's the hard part. If you're a person who came from a winning environment, winning organization or anything like that, and then you go to an organization where it is a struggle, that is a hard task to take on. That's very hard. Let me jump in the chat room right quick. Big L's in the building. Shouts out to Big L. Boosa said no. He said, F it. Lions just like Barry. So yeah, we were just talking about that. Big L said, why are we talking about Detroit? Really? Well, we could be talking about the Chicago Bears, but everyone would probably kill themselves. Big L. Indeed. Including Lopan. So we're not talking about the Bears, so you should be happy. But we're talking, the reason we brought up the Lions, Big L, since you're asking, we're just talking about if you're a player and you're in a situation where you are giving it your all, you are the one mainstay in an organization and you're the one bright piece in that, is it okay or do you get a pass if you just kind of, give up to a certain degree, or if you just like, yo, I'm done? Because the thing with Calvin Johnson, he tried. He went the route to being the man. He didn't want to leave Detroit. He wanted to, and I'm using him as an example because other guys have did this, and even in other sports, not just football, other guys have did this, and they did not leave, and it just wears on you. And he had an opportunity to leave, and now Detroit told him, hey, if you ever tried to come back, you're playing for us. You're not going anywhere. So it's just like, why am I going to subject myself to that again, So that's my thought. I think they should get a pass. I think to a certain degree. If you don't cheat the game, if you show up again, Joe Thomas is another person, a lineman out of the Cleveland. This guy is always in the Pro Bowl. He gives it his 100. He's the one mainstay, in Cleveland. And every year they don't make the playoffs. Every year they are the joke of the league. Every year they say, man, the only thing they got is Joe Thomas. They may bring up Joe Hayden, but Joe Thomas. They got to wear on you. You got to be given a pass, somewhat, just somewhat. Excuse me. So we're going to take it from up north, and we're going to take it down south. And we're going to revisit a topic I discussed probably about 3 or 4 months ago, but football season is here. Training camp is around the corner. You can smell it in the air. You can breathe it, and you see it. Even, just football in general. We'll pretty much have college football rolling too. High school football will be going on. I know down here in Georgia, that gets everybody going. But also pro, sports is going on as well. And the Falcons is going to move into their new stadium, which is the Benzo. I'm not going to call it what the actual name of the stadium is because I refuse, because there's another team with that similar name and I refuse to use that same name because they have it. So the Benzo will be opening up, August 26th, and basically the Falcons have kept their promise, ladies and gentlemen. and I just want to get people's opinion or views or however way you say it. They're trying to make this environment for Falcons football games and just football game in general more fan friendly. And here, the biggest thing was in Atlanta was, and it's everywhere at every venue, is the price. The price is just like, you're telling me you want me to bring my family. I'm probably at least bringing me and 2 other people, definitely 2, but maybe 3, 4, especially if I got kids or something like that. And then I got to pay for parking. I already paid for the tickets. Now the food, I'm getting this food that's just, not the best food. And then you hit me in the pocket, probably about $15, $16, $17 per person, for food and a drink. So what the Falcons did, they came out with a fan first menu pricing. And this is awesome, ladies and gentlemen. Just listen to this just for a second. And this may change how people go to games just because it's more affordable. If this works, you got to think some other NFL franchise is going to have to jump on board with this. But here's the thing. Some of the stuff that they got, I'm not going to go through everything on it, but they got pretzels for $2. I know in the Georgia Dome, when they had pretzels there, they were probably like $4. So it's half the price. You got $6, ladies and gentlemen. $6. Let me tell you what $6 can get you. You can get a chicken tender basket with French fries for $6. $6. I can do that. You probably were paying $6 just for 2 pieces of chicken. $2 hot dogs. I can do that, especially if you got kids. You just give them a hot dog. They're going to be good to go. Waffle fries, $3. They got draft beer, $5 for those people that drink. I think that probably will work. And more than anything, ladies and gentlemen, they got Coca-Cola, a refillable cup. Key word, refillable. That means free refills, ladies and gentlemen, $2. So you can go in there, $2, get yourself a nice little Coca-Cola product and drink it all the way through. You don't want to drink it all the way through because you're going to have to go to the bathroom pretty soon. You may miss some part of the game. Indeed. But you can get $2. So that's just some of the stuff. It's still other stuff that they got. They got pizza slices for $3, but more, I'm just saying, for about $6, $7, maybe $8, you can get yourself a nice little meal and go to the game. So will this formula work, or will this, jump over into other franchises? I'm hoping so. I really do, because I've been to other sports venue outside of Atlanta, and just in general, the type of food it is, it's just like, why am I paying so much for a product that, and here's the thing, they're also going to have, your higher end food as well in there. So you can get that. And it's going to be name brand stuff. I shouldn't say name brand, but well-known, franchises, well-known restaurants. They'll have like a Chick-fil-A in there and everything. So people, if you're not privy to Chick-fil-A and you're somewhere in America where there's not a Chick-fil-A, you need to come to Atlanta, get yourself a chicken sandwich. It'll change your life. But that formula, that model that they got, that's a good starting point. Just that experience, you make it so much affordable to bring friends, family, whatever. Now, folks guys won't bring their lady, because if they're not watching the game, they ain't going to subject themselves to that. So I almost went too far. On that. But these prices, I'm telling you, if people are watching, trust me, people are watching. And then here's the great thing about it. It's not just for the football games, Atlanta Falcon football games. It's any venue it's any event that's happening in that venue. So when the Super Bowl happens, when the Final Four happens, they're going to have the SEC championship game. When those games happen, you still can get $2. That's great. I'm sitting here talking about food because I'm a little hungry, but this is what the NFL needs as far as like when it comes to taking their fans' advice, putting them first, and you still making a profit. Because let's be real. You buying probably an 8-pack of hot dogs from Kroger, and then you charging about $4-5 per hot dog. You done made your money back. So that's all I'm saying. It's and then Chief said that's going to be the highlight of the Falcons season. Chief, $2 hot dogs, $2 drink. It will be a highlight, not highlight of the season. Don't trust me. It won't be that, but it will be a highlight. And you trust me, if the Giants or any other organization, Boosa, your Redskins and all that stuff, if they start charging $2 hot dogs, you'll be going to the game a lot more too. Clay told Chief to stay in your lane with them little Giants. So he out there talking trash to Chief. So Chief, you better watch your mouth, man. Clay is spoken, bruh. He is spoken. But I talked about that. I just think it's an awesome. At the end of the day, all jokes aside, it's an awesome thing because you actually finally took, I shouldn't say finally, but you actually took in consideration your fans, opinion, your fans' pockets, for those folks that save their money and really make sacrifices to come to the game. And it helps out to make it a little bit more affordable going to the games, especially since you got the new stadium because the prices ain't the same. So you're helping out a little bit. Maybe break even at the end of the day, but at least the gesture was made, out there. Now, speaking of gestures, there was a lot of gestures going on the past few days, and that was between Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor. They have finally kicked off their tour for press conference for the fight. They had one, I know they had one today. I think they had one either yesterday or the day before yesterday. And the first one was very, very different. Conor he showed up to the press conference in a pinstripe suit, but not just a normal pinstripe suit. His pinstripe suit said F you on it. And I'm sure that was a message to maybe whoever didn't believe in him and to Floyd Mayweather. And that press conference is just the tip of the iceberg. It's going to get even better. And I know me and a friend was talking about this today. He was just like, man, who going to watch that fight? And I'm trying to tell him it's going to be a lot of people that watch that fight, especially the prices that they put out. They already put out the price, $89.95 for the fight. If you want it in HD, it's $99.95. So they're doing the same thing that they ran with the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight for the prices, and people are going to buy it. And this press conference that went down today and the previous day is selling this thing. Now, the one thing I will probably say, Conor got a better trash talk on him than Mayweather. So I think with the trash talking, he is winning that so far. He is always in Mayweather's face. Mayweather kind of stood off to the side for the first one, and he let Conor talk, and then Conor got the audience riled up, and then Mayweather stepped in. They started trashing each other, start calling each other, names, female dog names. I ain't gonna, be speaking like that, on the show. But this one today, this was more, they were in each other's face a lot more. And what I like more about it is that Dana White, he stepped back on the first presser, but on this one, he really gave them probably a good 2 minutes to be in each other's face. And I mean, you could just tell in Conor's eyes that this thing was no joke, that he really, he wants Floyd bad. Now, is he selling the fight? Heck yeah, he's selling the fight. He's selling the mess, out of this. Do he know he gonna lose? Maybe. But in his head, I'm pretty sure he believes, that he's gonna win the fight. He already saying it's gonna end in less than 4 rounds with a knockout, So, and I don't see Floyd knocking him out. A lot of people saying he gonna knock Conor out. I don't think he's gonna knock him out. Maybe Conor may get tired and he may win that way where he's so tired, then he gets the knockdown. But Floyd really hasn't been a knockout puncher, in a lot of his fights. He's been more of a, I'll point you, I'll style you, I'll defend you, I make you look stupid, and I frustrate you. So I'd see him still continuing to do that.